Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this gorgeous set. I explained in the video further on, I started out using white and I ended up changing out for black. But I loved like this kind of like a slate gray. So I love the way these turned out. And then my secret weapon in these were clay beads. I have a ton of them. And I show you again in the video, but these are the ones that I used. I got them at like Hobby Lobby. I didn't want a lot of gray and I didn't want a lot of black. The black, I just wanted little pops of the black. So I didn't want I didn't want to use a ton of black, like a big black bead. So I just wanted that little bit. So when you kind of look at it, it just kind of makes it stand out. Yeah, I was going to use white, and I changed my mind. If you're not familiar with Bargain Bead Box, I have a coupon code BNJ2 for $2 off your first box with them. This is their Strawberry Soiree collection for June of 2026. So pretty. Absolutely gorgeous. I show you in the video everything that I used and the thread and everything. So stay tuned for that, and I hope you enjoy this tutorial. And let me know down in the comments what you think of this color combination. Stay tuned. So, after much trial and error, this is what I ended up doing. I just did one side of the necklace, so I will do the other side with you and show you. So I've got, let me show you everything I've got. So I started with some 11-0 black seed beads, Miyuki seed beads. Now, my secret weapon here are clay beads. I was like, what am I going to use? I didn't want, like, see how it's just a really thin, you know, strip of color? I didn't want a big black bead in here. I thought it would be too much. I just wanted that little pop of black. So I did these, and I got gray too. And then I did the 8mm cherry quartz glass man-made round beads. Then I've got these. These are from Hobby Lobby. These are 11-0s. They're called metallic olivine. They're really pretty. They do, you know, they have a shine to them. Then these beads, I measured these. These are 5mm crystal bicones, and I'm not sure where I got them. Here's the strand. I got this strand, and I'm not sure where I got it from. Crystal rounds. Oh, they say 6mm. Okay, they're 6mm. And then I used the cherry quartz glass rondelle beads because I wanted just that little sliver in there. What else? Oh, and then I'm using the cherry quartz glass graduated teardrop pendants. I'm just using the middle 5. I'm not using all of them. Not using all 9 for this. And I made this earring to go with it. I thought this earring was really cute. So we'll start with that. Oh, this has white in it. You know what? Let's put this aside because I was using white. I will take that out. I was trying to use some white in here, and I didn't like it with the black. And I had just white and gray, and I didn't really like it. This is kind of like a slate gray. I've always loved gray, black, and pink, but I did add this little pop of the green. And then I pulled out some of these are jade beads. I can't remember where I got them. They're really nice beads, but it was too much white on this. So I ended up taking the white out altogether. And these are the clay beads. I think I got them from Hobby Lobby. So just, yeah, these are just gray. So then I have the bead caps, and then I have a lobster clasp, 2 crimp covers, clamshell covers, 2 jump rings, and 2 crimp beads. And I'm using 24 inches. I know everybody asks, this is the wire that I'm using. If you want to screenshot it right here, it's easier to take, you know, I get this at Michael's. So I've got about 24 inches of that. And this is what I have so far. So I love the way the black, the pop of the black in here. I think it looks really pretty. So let me, yeah, I was working on the earring and I forgot that that had the white in it. I could still do it. It's not that I couldn't. It's, just put a little bit down of everything. Okay, a little bit of green. I've been having so much fun with this box. And then the little rondelles. I'll put those right there. Okay. So we started, I ended up, so I have, I put these in order, like that for the front part of it. Then I have green, the metallic olivine green, then black, then the 6mm rondelle, and then the black, and then the green again. So that's what I did in between there. So now I'm going to go and start with this side. So with this side, we're going to do, there is a green bead right there. So we're going to do a green, a black, and, oh, where it is? Okay, here it is. A rondelle, and a black, and then a green. I wanted to put the black against the gray. I like the way that looks like that. So now we're going to go with a rondelle. Then we're going to do a gray, and then a black, and then a gray of the clay beads. Now, clay beads, make sure that they're kind of the same size. Some of them, you know, are made and they're so thin they look like paper. So make sure when you're picking them out that they're that size, so they look uniform. Yeah, of all of the beads, I was like, I'm not up for a big thick black bead here, and I thought this was perfect. I wanted something a little more than just the seed bead. So we have that. Now we're going to go to the green, the black, the green. Then we're going to do bead cap, and then the cherry round, and then another bead cap. Let me move this over here just a little bit. Try and make sure this is all in the picture here. Okay. Now we're going to do green, black, and the green again. Like that. And now we're going to do the rondelles again. I'm going to do the rondelle. Get some of these gray ones out. And we're going to do, and make sure, because you know when you pick these up, you might end up picking 2 or 3 up and not realizing it. So you really have to be careful with these. I tried to make them all uniform so that they looked good. Like that. And then gray, black, and gray. And then the last rondelle. Like that. And then we're going to go with green, black, green, and then we're going to do the bead cap, the round bead and the bead cap again. You know, you don't have to do this exact same thing, even just looking and seeing the colors together, you know, and you could kind of do your own thing. You know, I'm here just kind of for inspiration. You know, we don't always like what other people do, but you know, you want to kind of let me see here. Okay, so now we're going to do the rondelle. These colors, those are kind of light, so I'm going to make sure that the rondelles have enough of that cherry pink in them. I might leave that white in the earring. I don't know. I don't really mind the white, but I kind of wanted to do black, so I might just change it up. Okay. Yeah, I might change it up. So here we are. I'm just holding this up to see where I'm at. Okay. So now we're going back to these grays. So we're going to do this here. We're going to do the green, the black, the green, and then the gray, the green, black, green, and gray. And you might want to use bigger, you know, black beads. If you don't, the clay beads, they're very inexpensive. And you know, it's funny because they're very durable. They don't wear down over time in necklaces and stuff like that, you know. I have a bunch of them and I don't use them enough. But I just love that you know, that little pop of color coming through there like that. Do green, black, green. And then we're going to end it with a bead cap and the round cherry bead and another bead cap. I need to make sure that all of my beads are on. I'm going to hold this up and just look at this. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. So I love the way this looks. I love these colors together. You know where I actually saw these? I was looking at a video and it was a girl's bedroom. And she was an older woman. I shouldn't say a girl. She was an older woman. And she had, it was like a pink, like a bright pink. And it was gray and black. And it was so pretty. It was kind of almost like my nails. And it was such a cool color. And then she had some pastel pink in there and everything. It was just a really, really fun look to the bedroom colors. And that's when I thought, oh, you know what? I really like those colors together. So that's kind of where I got my inspiration from, was from this woman's bedroom. And I saw it a while ago. And I don't know where. So I can't tell you. Okay, so now I'm going to put this ending on. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do my endings a little different. I put the clamshell cover on, and then I take the crimp bead. I go down about an inch, and and then I just smash it down like this. Now, this is easier for me to do it this way. You can do it, I've done it other ways too. I've used the magic crimper and all that, and I do use that sometimes. Sometimes I use wire guards. It just all depends on how I feel and what I'm doing. I'm just kind of partial to this one. Now when you put this on, you have to make sure, I'm trying to put this down into there. Hold on one second. So I'm putting this down through here. You want to make sure that when you smash the crimp bead down in there, that you don't re-smash it another way and open it up. if that makes sense. So you want to just smash it a couple times the same way. Then I go and I put it through, and I'll try and, you know, put it through some of the beads. And then when they don't fit, I'll just cut it. I don't like to cut it right at the tip. So yeah, so it's going over the seed beads, or seed beads are going over it. So I will use the whole thing if I can. I just think it makes it more secure. Then I pick this up and I pull that down like that. And I make sure that there's no spaces, like this. Then I hold this up, I put the next crimp cover on. Like that. Then I have my crimp bead. Now this crimp bead we want to go all the way down. And I usually hold it up like this. And I make it kind of in a circle like this so I know that it's not really stiff. Then I reach down into, let's see if I can't put my skinnier ones. So I reach down, and now I have a hold of the crimp bead, and I lift it up just a hair, and then I smash it down. So that way there's a teeny bit of movement. You probably can't see that. And then I take the clamshell cover and I will do that. And then I'll just kind of start feeding it down through. I'll probably just cut it right there, make it easier. So then you want to take your bead, your crimp bead, and you want to make sure that that the flat part is facing the same way as what you're going to close. I need to get my nails trimmed. I had her leave them a little longer this time, and I cannot work with really long nails. I used to be able to. So we do that. Then I like to hold it open like this, and I'll make sure you cut the right one, and you cut that. So here is this. Now we're going to put the jump ring on. So I always take a smaller jump ring. Take a smaller jump ring. Open that up. Put that on. And the smaller jump ring is what I use to put my lobster clasp on. Make sure that you check your lobster clasp before you put it on. Open and close it a couple times. Make sure it works, because sometimes you know, the lobster clasps, they're stiff or there's something stuck in there. Especially if you sell your jewelry, you don't want to, or if you're giving your jewelry away as gifts or whatever you do with it, you don't want to have a bad lobster clasp on there. There we go. Okay, so this is the gorgeous choker necklace. I absolutely love this. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and remake this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to replace the white with black, because I want to put this as a pair. So I want, okay, so I have a 2-inch head pin. I'm going to do the gray. Then I'm going to do the bead cap, the cherry bead, another bead cap, like that. Then I'm going to do the gray, like this. Then I'm going to get these couple beads right here. And I'm going to do green, black, green, black. Oh, let me get these. black, and green. Yeah, this looks pretty. Like that. And then I'm going to do the gray, and then I'm going to do the round out. Yeah, that looks pretty. Okay, so now when it's time for me to close these, sometimes I do the looper, but I don't with this one. So I take it, hold it kind of like there, and I just bend it. So there's a little bit of movement right there. Then I take my round nose pliers and I go like about halfway through, halfway to a little more. And I just, as I'm going around, I kind of move it closer to the bottom. And that's how I get that perfect loop. It's easy. It's very easy to do like that. So I'm going to make the other one too. Get my other head pin. I've been loving this box. This is my second tutorial using it. Yes, this is my second tutorial using this. So let's see, I'm going to cut this. And I always close my eyes when I do that. I always tell everybody, close your eyes because you don't want to end up stabbing yourself in the eye with that. Okay, so now I'm going to make this one. So I got the gray, the bead cap, the round, the other bead cap, gray, and let me move these whites out of the way because I don't need the whites. Okay, so here we have that. So now we're going to do, I get a couple more greens here. I'm going to do green, black, green, black. Sometimes I don't. Black and green. Oh, can't get it. There we go. So there we have it like that. And now I'm going to do the gray. And now I'm going to do the round out. So here we have that. So now I'll show you again how I do that. So I bend that, but I use my round nose pliers, but I bend it more with the tip, so there's not a lot of big gap. Then I go about halfway to 3/4 of a way, and I just start turning it, and I kind of eye it a little bit. And then there. Then I have those. Then I take ear wire, put that on, put that up, and then the ear wire, put this on, and there we have this whole set. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the Strawberry Soiree collection. And I really enjoyed making this. This was a lot of fun. Look at these green pieces. So yeah, I loved these colors together. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, I have a coupon code BNJ2 for $2 off your first box with them. And this is their monthly box for June. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And if you could hype my video in the comment section, that would really help me. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this, if you like this color blend together. I might use white with another one. I'm not sure yet. I have this one and I have another one planned. So, and this was my last tutorial. I'll leave the link below as well. This is my Strawberry Fields necklace, I call it, in case if you didn't see this video. Let me open this up. So this is a long, eclectic, layered necklace, and I used the connectors, these gorgeous strawberry beads that I swear I could smell the sugar coming off of them. They look like gummies to me. It's like, I absolutely love them. So these are my 2 pieces so far. Well, 3, including the earrings. So yes, I will see you on my next video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.